Hey YouTube, Firestar307 here with the deck that I took to regionals in Lenexa, Kansas this past weekend. If you haven't already seen it on WKDad's channel, here it is from me. So, start off with monsters. We have 3 wind-up magicians, 3 wind-up sharks, 3 wind-up rabbit, 3 wind-up rat, 2 wind-up hunters, 2 wind-up soldiers, 3 effect veilers, 1 max C. 3 wind-up factories, 2 dualities, 1 avarice, 1 book of moon, 1 mind control, reborn, dark hole, heavy storm, 2 MSTs, 2 compulse, 1 torrential, dust shoot, 2 fiendish chains, and the solemn brigade. Alright, so 2 hunters. I like this because even if you draw into one of your hunters, it's not like completely, you can still go into the loop with magician and a shark. I mean, I guess you can still do it by going hunter shark, but you just get more cards with that. I don't know, I might try taking it out and seeing how it goes. I had a bit of an issue with not drawing monsters in this deck. I don't know why. Maybe some people are stacking on me or something, but I just seem to draw nothing, or like draw 2 rats and a magician and nothing helpful in this area. But I like my 2 soldiers because they run over Thunder King. If your opponent has a Thunder King, what are these little guys gonna do? He runs over magician, shark has 15, 14, 600, 16. This is your only Thunder King out. Besides like Dark Hole, Book of Moon, Compulse, I guess, Torrential if you get it at the start. I mean, if it's already on the field, there's not a lot you can do besides this guy. Compulse, maybe, Book, and Fiendish Chains. But 3 Veilers, 1 max C. I only own the 1 max C, so 3 Veilers is the way to go. I find Veiler more helpful on a general basis anyways, because, I mean, I don't run like Trigoti or anything. If I max C and they can OTK me, I'd rather have a Veiler. But they're both good in their own merit. Like, this guy's a lot better against windups, because if they do the hand loop, you're still going to end up with more cards than they can discard. This guy can also stop it just as easily, as long as they don't have a bunch of other monsters on the field too. But yeah, they each have their own merit, but that's what I ran. And then 3 factories. If you don't run 3 factories, you fail at making Yu-Gi-Oh decks. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. 3 is pretty much mandatory. 2 dualities. I played 2 of these because you are not always going to go herp-de-derp to loop-de-derp. Like, if you have rabbit, you go, haha, bunny rabbit, factory, search, duality, whee! Lots of cards. And then avarice, you're going to dump a bunch of stuff in the graveyard fairly quickly, you put it all back in, and derp the loop all over again. Book of Moon, refresh your windups if you need to, Book of Thunder King, blah, mind control, everybody runs stuff you can steal and exceed with. Staples, yay. Same with them. Fiendish Chains, they're pretty nice. Like I said, they stop Thunder King and other stuff like that. And, I don't know. I loved them. I played a Malefic Stun guy. He did end up beating me, but, it was really helpful against him because I could just stop his giant monster, and he just kind of sat there and went, oh, your turn, and I'd draw and say his turn, and it went back and forth for a bit. Dust shoot, because you're not always going to get the loop off, but I might take this out. I never really seemed to draw into it. It wasn't too helpful, so good card, but maybe not in this deck. Torrential, it's awesome, especially with this little bouncy bugger. And then 2 compulses, get rid of Zen mains. This deck has a hard time getting over it. All my guys are little, like I said. Soldier's the only thing that can run it over, when that's with his effect, but yeah. Also, your opponent Zen mains does set off your factory, and also your wind-up magician, so just future references. But yeah, that's the main deck, so on to extra and whatnot. Clear this out of the way. And da-da-da. It's pretty much how I had it last time. 3 Zen Mighty, Search out your stuff, whatnot. Go gung-ho, make a loop. Zen mains, you know what he does. And Zen Mayo, yep, blows up stuff. Olivier, two of these guys. Giga Brilliant. I still like this card a lot. I played Ninjas one of the rounds. I played Ninjas two of the rounds actually, but during this particular round, they had out a White Dragon Ninja, and I had out Zen mains. And they passed turn to me, and all they had was White Dragon Ninja and the super transformation thing he said on it. So I made a Utopia. They went, okay. Then I made Giga Brilliant. They said, okay. I went, Giga Brilliant effect. They went, what's that do? And then I told them, and then they cried because Utopia ran over their White Dragon Ninja. But I run two of them. And then one Roach, I never ever went into him. Never played a deck he was good against. I played windups, and then I played ninjas, but never had a cause to go into him. And then, let's see, I played Glad's first round. I beat them. They won first game, though, because they got out a Herclinos on their first turn, because I didn't have any monsters I could summon, and I didn't know what they were playing. And they went Secutor, Test Tiger, Secutor, Poke, make a Herclinos. I was like, oh my god, it's big. And I almost won, but I made a really dumb misplay. Which reminds me, I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you have a Zen mains on the field, and it has materials, and you attack, your opponent goes deep prison, do not remove it from play with your rabbit. I forgot about that when Exceed material monsters removed from play, and then it comes back to the field, its materials do not go with it. Don't do that, it's bad. So I lost the first round because of that silliness. I could have probably won otherwise. But I was just like, ha, oh crap, remove, and he's like, oh, I don't think you can do that. So we double checked with the judge, and yeah, no good. But Edrius Tiras blows stuff up right away, battle blows stuff up and doesn't die. I wanted this guy a lot more. This guy like once. And then Chimeritek. Rawr. Contact. Round 2, I went against Wind Up Mirror Match. I won that one. The guy almost did the loop on me twice, but each time I either had Maxi or Valor. And then I did the loop on him, and he managed to pull himself out of it by making his Zen mains, dark holing my two monsters, and then blowing up my last factory with his Zen mains. That was kind of dumb. And then he won second game because of that, and then I beat him first and third. So I won the second round. And then the third round, I played Dino Rabbits, and that was the sackiest game I have ever played. I go first. I go Magician, Shark Effect. He plays Maxi, draws 1. I set 2, pass turn. He goes Rabbit. I go Warning. I go into the loop next turn. I leave him with 1 card in his hand. 1. He has 1 card just sitting there. He's like, okay. Tour Guide. I'm like, okay, whatever. I can live with that. And then he goes Tour Guide. The Zen mains just sit. Or no, I had a Zen Mighty, a Soldier, and a Rabbit and a Factory left. It wasn't a Factory. I don't know what it was. But he's like, attack your Zen Mighty, and it died. It was in attack mode. And then he kills my hunter, or not my hunter, but my wind up soldier. And they're both dead. So next turn, I get out 2 sharks, make Tiras. He set a back row that turn too, and I MSD'd it. And then I make Tiras. I attack his Zen mains and blow it up with his effect, and then poke him with a rabbit. He goes, top decks a Grand Mole, bounces my Tiras. Next turn, I summon another rat, poke. At that point, I could have won. I had a Monster Reborn in my hand. I should have summoned the wind-up soldier from my graveyard, pumped him, and attacked for exactly game, but I didn't. I was like, I don't know why. I think I realized afterwards that I could have done that, but I should have won the first game. But then he went top deck to Grand Mole, bounces my Tiras. Okay, whatever. So next turn, I go poke with Rabbit. He's very... this was the turn that I should have Monster Reborn. He's very close to dead. Next turn, he dualities into a Book of Moon, summons Grand Mole, just lets it sit there. I attack it, it bounces one of my rabbits, and then he Book of Moons the other one. Next turn, he top decks into another tour guide, goes for Livier, steals my rabbit, and then just kind of beat me up from there because I couldn't draw anything. So that was really dumb. And then second game, I go first, set a Magician and 2 back row. He goes Heavy Storm. I'm like, okay. He goes Cyber Dragon. Okay. Fossil Dyna. Really? Sets 2 back row, attacks over my Magician, attacks with Fossil Dyna. At this point in time, I have 2 rats and a Compulse in my hand. I'm a freaking win, right? I lose 2 turns later. That was dumb. Fourth round, I do not remember what I played. Honestly, that might have been the Malefic Stun that I lost to. And then fifth round, played Ninjas. Fifth round I played Ninjas. I won that one. Sixth round, I played Ninjas again. I lost that one because every opening hand, he had Hanzo and Heavy Storm and Monster Reborn, and somehow would get a super transformation. Didn't matter if I'd Valor his Hanzo. He'd Duality, and it would be one of those 3 cards. And then he'd have that every single game, along with a Heavy Storm. I won the second game just because I managed to do the loop on him, and he had a bad hand anyways. And then the other 2 was just like Herp, Derp, Heavy Storm, Derp, 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 Derp. Yeah. And then round 7, or was it round 8 is the last one. And I won that one. Easiest match all day. My opponent didn't show up. It was fun. I sat there for 10 minutes and made jokes with the guy next to me. But yeah, that was fun. And then I guess I'll show you what I cited too. 2 Cyber Dragons. They're pretty good against a lot of stuff. They're good against Mirror Match for windups, Curry, Gadget Stun, Malefics, blah blah blah. High beats. 1 Spirit Reaper against Dino Rabbits. Malefic Stun a little until they get the skill drain out. Curry. Yeah. And then 1 DD Crow. Inzektor's kind of, more so Mirror Match, kind of Dark Worlds, all that stuff. Another MST, cited in against Glads, Stun decks, all that stuff. 2 Leechings. These were absolutely freaking useless. Never played a single Agent deck, never played a single Dark World deck. Never played Light Sworns or Chaos or anything that I could side these in on. It was awesome. 2 Trap Holes. I cited these against Inzektors and those random stun decks. Like I cited them on Glads. Never drew them against Glads. Never played Inzektors, which was weird. But yeah. 2 Deep Prisons. They were nice, kind of, but I think I might take them out for Bottomless. Because, I don't know, Bottomless seems better to me. I don't know. I like it a little more, kind of, because Deep Prison stops like 1 attack, but Bottomless hits Dino Rabbits harder, and they're annoying. Then 2 Shadows. Never used them. Never played Inzektors or Dark Worlds or anything. Bleh. Same with this. Never used it. Never played anything to Gert. Half my side deck was freaking useless all day. And then this, I cited it in like once against a Mirror Match, and it was pretty funny. I actually used it. I was like, haha, and then put back his Hunter, and he couldn't finish his loop. But yeah, so that's side deck, that's the deck. Windups are fun. Yeah, I know that's not the 3rd Zen maybe, but windups are fun. They're not terribly expensive either, which is kind of surprising. This guy's only like 20 bucks as an Ultra, 25 maybe. All the rest are like 10 to 20. Except for this. This is bloody expensive. It's almost as much as a tour guide now. But yeah, windups are fun. So are Inzektors. Go play them. They're silly. They're fun. They're kind of derpy though, so if you don't like derpy decks, don't play them. But yeah, thanks for watching YouTube, and I'll see you when I have more stuff for you. Bye.